that's the pop.
That's the pop in. I didn't want to say intro. I want to say pop in,
what?
man.
I thought we were like cutting to the Daily News or something.
No, I'm trying to change all the words on how we do broadcasts. I'm going to
okay.
invent a new language for IPL.
Yeah?
Yep. And you're only cool if you know the language.
Graphics be popping.
Graphics be popping, yo. Sizzling.
Sizzle?
All those gangster words. Sizzling, it means like hot.
No.
Fantastic.
No, doesn't.
Fire? Did you ever hear fire? In Kansas City, man, that build is fire. It means it's a really good build.
Fire used as
Yeah, it's like something good.
adjective?
Yeah. It's gangster, man. I used to be in the hood back in KC, man.
As I enunciate the word adjective.
Represent.
You can see why we co-cast together really well. I say opposites attract. Alex,
Yin and yang.
Golden Boy, likes to call me proper. What does that make you, Tim?
Improper.
No, I don't. Improper.
That's right. I don't
All
dress
right.
as good as you.
All right.
I just like being on my computer, and that's it, man. Playing StarCraft. Well, DRG is going to most likely be moving to 15 hatchery. Son is actually opening up with a gateway aggression here. He may go for 3 Zealot, which is really, really strong if your opponent isn't paying attention for it. They pop in and suddenly your legs are dying off really quickly.
Yep.
So keep an eye on what Son wants to go for. Either that or just a really strong one-base play.
Well, I gotta say, man, I like that Son's being unconventional.
Different.
Yeah. Spell that one fast.
D-I-F-F-E-R-E-N-T.
You're supposed to do it to like music, like different. D-I-F-F-E-R-E-N-T. I think.
Nope, I did it faster without music. Music slows you down. They put a tone on
You gotta
it.
cheer like a cheerleader.
Not a cheerleader. A simulator is on the way. A simulator is on the way, guys. Moving into tech options here for Son. And we should be seeing those Zealots being chrono boosted out if he's going for that route. Normally, you put the gateway a little bit more forward when you go in for 3 Zealots, but he's going to keep it hidden. He's going to go ahead and try and prevent DRG from seeing this. And DRG is actually not putting a drone out. He will come into the natural, and you will see there is no forward fast expand, so that should alert DRG. Okay, I'm going to need to get about 8 lings out, get my queens out the front of my natural ramp, because potentially some aggression will be coming my way.
Drop a gas, that's not an uncommon thing as well. We'll see if he opts to go for it. Probe is heading out right now. For Son, going to get himself some information. Cybernetics core is 3/4 of the way done, nearing completion. And here's the thing. DRG, he doesn't know if this is a Forge in base or if this is a Nexus. He's going to get the glimpse here in a second. That'll give him the information he needs. In fact, when he sees the gas, he should know.
Is Son going to 4-gate? I'm looking at everything, and it's looking like...
We're at 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And DRG's just now dropping this gas down.
I think he's going to 4-gate, man.
No, Nexus is down. He did drop the Nexus.
Okay.
Though he could pull, you know, an MC, Season March, GSL, cancel the Nexus, and still 4-gate. But
what a weird opening. Anywho, Lings will be chasing away this probe. We do have a 3rd going down for DRG right away. He did see that Nexus, so that alerted him to go for that 3rd. And we actually had a fast for 3rd on Cloud Kingdom. So Son could go for a fake 4-gate, as you mentioned, just because he's expecting his opponent to go ahead and go for that fast 3rd, and he just shows up with the units out of nowhere.
He could also go for like a 5-gate style of build. I'm looking at the timing of the 2nd gas, and you know, Warp Gate's about halfway done. This is an appropriate time to take a gas if you really need the minerals in order to drop down some gateways. He's also making sentries with this. So it's definitely possible he could be going for a very interesting timing attack here. We've seen Huck actually use strategies like this in the past, where he'll actually go for a gateway-based timing. I don't know that he would go all in, as I suspect that Son might here.
Yeah.
But he'll actually do them and fake that he's 7-gating. Saw him do that once on Antigua. It's pretty cool.
Well, looking over into DRG, he has moved into that gas now down in his bottom right, so we'll be able to start moving up in tech. Already speed on the way. Want to get that queued up as fast as possible. Should move into a couple of queens very soon as well. And we actually have Stargate on the way here for Son. And Son used to be really big into using Void Rays a lot. We'll see if that's the plan here for him. With that positioning, I really feel like it's going to be Phoenix, but he does like his Void Rays.
All right, well, we'll have to wait and see if it's you know, old school Son or new school Son. Stalker heading out right now. We're going to clean out the Zelnaga towers, which there isn't actually really anything on. Pylon is going down. I'm looking for any extra gateways here, but no, just 3 is going to be the count here for Son as he gets ready for this pressure. Continuing to warp in sentries. He really is looking to do some damage, maybe take out this 3rd base. He'll be able to segment off. You know, force fields are incredibly powerful on this map when you go for attacks on the 3rd. We've seen it a billion times, Tim. because you can actually force field these rocks. You can leave a sentry up towards the top and actually just force field any units as they try to come down for a flank as well. You can just leave 1 or 2 sentries here to force field this ramp as you kill the third.
Well, with that pylon getting up, you will have the opportunity here to run in, get a Phoenix Lift on top of that Queen, and have your Zealots just deal with the drones, or even try to snipe that hatchery. Get 6 Zealots warped in without them being seen whatsoever, and suddenly damage comes out very quickly here for DRG. Or against DRG. DRG is moving into lair right away, moving up into his 3rd and 4th gas at the same time. Yeah, this build is just really different here from Son, and I like it. I'm just enjoying watching it unfold, I guess is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, I mean, he's not pulling any money, so he's definitely being efficient with whatever it is that he's doing.
I just feel like I'm watching old ZVP.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's tough to get a read on exactly what Son's going for. Even as commentators, you know, we watch lots and lots of games, but in this situation, with the Robo, with the Stargate tech, 2 tech routes is very common when you're going to go for an expansion, but it's Ohana, and Immortals are so good on Ohana. The destructible debris makes it really easy to come up multiple attack routes. Opponents a lot of times will use spine crawlers for defense. You can just destroy them with Immortals. But the Phoenix are arriving right now, guys. They're going to get some drone kills in.
All right, the aggression has begun. The Queens, there are 2 of them here, actually, which are very nice against 3 Phoenix. And actually, the Lings actually saw that pylon, so we'll be able to dispatch that as well. So DRG finally has the tools out to deal with the aggression that has come his way, moving into Spore Crawlers as well. One at the main, one at the natural, one at the 3rd. And behind this, Son is moving straight into robotic tech. So decided to go ahead and snipe off some Overlords, get a couple of drones here, just be a little bit on the annoying side. Is actually moving up into 3 more gateways, so he will have Immortal, a couple of Colossus on the field, as well as moving into just some gateway units.
Yeah, he's really ramping up here on 2 bases, but he is taking out these rocks. So the intent to go for a 3rd does look like it's the case. It's just got a lot, but he's got a lot of gateways here. Let's be honest. With the Stargate, with the Colossus tech that he's going for, the fact that he's got +1, going to be following it up with armor, he's going to have the capacity to put out a lot of units here.
Son literally just has a build that's essentially a recipe. He just has everything thrown in here, and he's going to have the availability to deal with Lings very effectively. And he can also stay with Immortals if he ever saw a Roach Push coming his way. But it looks like DRG, again, playing very greedy here. Let's go ahead and check out the drone count. He's been droning behind us. 71 to 55 already. Has a 3rd base. Moving into Infestation Pit, grabbing +1. Range tech as well, so he's going to have all the tech options available as well. Would like to see a Spire pretty soon. It'll be helpful against the early Colossus, actually. For the most part on this map, you never really get to a point where you see Colossus unless the Sentry Immortal all-in doesn't work. But Thermal Lance on the way too, so Son just being a little bit more different, and I like it, man. I like Ohana going into the mid-late game. I
like it too. DRG's being a little, he's not being particular here. He has missed the drones on his gas that were picked up. That's something that, you know, we immediately highlighted when you see people target your gases, the drones on your gases, excuse me. You know that, you know, their goal here is to make you make a mistake and not replace them. So DRG didn't manage to do that. He is going for that Spire tech, as you were talking about, Tim. Macro Hatch going down. In fact, 4th base going down for Dongre-gu as well.
Down at the Naturals, Phoenix, they're still being a little bit annoying. Been doing a good job of having 4 Phoenix just floating around. But nice response there from DRG. As soon as saw that Colossus moves straight to Spire Tech, and it looks like Son intends to keep up with the Colossus production here, so that's going to work out for him very nicely. Moving into +1 attack, +1 Carapace as well, passing Glands, just getting all the tech, all the options available here for DRG are really starting to unfold. He's going to have so much availability to deal with this army.
He will. He's got a good amount of splash damage, quite a few sentries, all with very high energy. 5th base going down as well for Dongre-gu. 4th, rather, we were talking about that. It's getting ready to wrap up. He's got his upgrades working here. Actually, those are some really late upgrades.
And Son's moving out across the middle of the map. He has a really good army with dealing with Lings, with the 2 Colossus, the Thermal Lance, and Force Field available. Got Phoenix here to pick off the Infestors. This timing is hitting at a really awkward timing. We've actually seen players like Hero do this. Just middle of the game, usually see a 14-minute push, but he's pushing at 12 minutes, almost 13 minutes. So at the 3rd here, and DRG's not ready for it. He's going to go for a counterattack instead.
Well, the thing is, this is actually a 2-base attack. This is not really your 3-base attack. We're very used to seeing this back in the old days. 12:30 Colossus timing. Son is getting in a lot of damage right now. And I don't know if DRG is going to be able to hold this off, frankly, because when he saw Son go for that 3rd, he started droning, he started some upgrades, he started a lot of tech stuff, and he just does not have units.
Ling's now getting in, and again, they don't have those upgrades, so they get melted so quickly here. The Colossus have really been untouched this whole entire time. 22 more Lings on the way, 6 more Roaches being queued up, with a 3rd hatchery has been killed off, and Son with a weird, peculiar build, is just wrecking through DRG at the moment. Roaches will catch some Stalkers. It's going to be helpful here for DRG, but San still has the bulk of his main army here.
He does. That is a nice victory for DRG, though. If he has a way to come back, moves like that are the type of things that are going to do it for him. But once this base is in the natural expansion, there's nothing DRG is going to be able to do to kill it. He either needs to go for a counterattack with the meager quantity of units he has right now, or he needs to catch it while they're out here. He's going to try to go for it. Colossus, he needs to target the Colossus. He can't.
Yeah.
GG. Down for Dongray Gu. We have a tied series, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, what a old style of build. It just
was.
threw off DRG. DRG, this isn't the meta. Why are you going to do that? And you know, builds that become bad because players learn how to deal with them, and then all of a sudden you play with them 3 to 4 months later, they suddenly become very good because they're unexpected. And that's just what happened there. Some played a really old style, one that threw us off as well, and DRG was obviously really thrown off. He delayed his upgrade so long because he was kind of confused as to what he needed to build to deal with what push was coming from San.
If you look back at it, though, it does make sense.
Yeah.
You know, we were discussing, it's hard, but here's what the facts were. We knew he was going for a third. We said he had a lot of gateways, 6. He was also making Colossus, and he still had that Stargate on the field. So we mentioned San's going to have a lot of units here. He just decided to go for a timing attack with those units. Even though he had just grabbed a third, he was like, look, I have a third Nexus. Okay, I'll fall back on it if I need, but I'm going to 2-base all in you first. It was really cool.
Really cool. Nice play there from San, guys. So this is game number 3. This is the moment where it really matters here.
It does.
Expect DRG to be a little bit more finicky with the scouting here.
What's this game played for, Tim? Is it you mentioned a ticket to Korea?
First place.
$2,500 is going to be worth, plus hotel.
Be able to come to IPL 6, come to Vegas, gamble that money away, play blackjack with me. I know DRG wants to
I want to
hang out with
play
me.
blackjack with you. This guy's lucky as hell at the tables. Ladies and gentlemen, for IPL 6, the ace match coming up after this commercial break. Who's going to take it? Will it be San or Dongray Gu? We'll find out after this 2-minute cut.